Should Charles Leclerc stay at Ferrari or should he look for some more greener pastures? First of all, let's talk about Leclerc's talent. The guy's a freaking racing genius. He's got the speed, the skill and the finesse to maybe even make Michael Schumacher proud. But unfortunately for Leclerc, he's been stuck in a car that's been as reliable as a used Yugo. Yeah, that Ferrari's been struggling lately, but Leclerc's been putting in some heroic drives despite that. Now I know some of you might be thinking, hey Connor, why doesn't he just jump ship to Mercedes or Red Bull? You know, Leclerc would happily drive a much faster car. And you know what, that's not a bad point whatsoever, it's pretty valid. But here's the thing, Leclerc is a Ferrari fanboy and he's been dreaming of driving for the Scuderia since he was a little kid. I mean, isn't everyone's dream to be a Ferrari racer? I mean, look, even Daniel Ricciardo was. And let's face it, there's something undeniably cool about driving a Ferrari, whether it's a road car or the Formula 1 team. Even if it's not the fastest on track, it's still pretty cool to drive for. So is there any hope for Leclerc at Ferrari? Well, the team has just appointed a new team principal, Fred Vasseur. And let me tell you, this guy is no joke. He's got a track record of turning teams around and making them very competitive. If anyone can say Ferrari, it's this guy. But even with Vasseur at the helm, it's not going to be an easy road for Ferrari. There's a lot of work to be done to get the team back to where they were in the Michael Schumacher day. Well, if they can do it, then Leclerc can finally achieve his dream of winning a world championship with the Red Scuderia. But in the end, it all comes down to whether Leclerc wants to be part of the Ferrari rebuilding process and to be part of the team for the future. I mean, after 2020 and that abysmal year, they have been rebuilding and he's shown that he is willing to stick with the team. And yes, he does have the longest contract in a Ferrari driver history, but after that expires, is he going to stick it out with the team? When they've shown at the start of the year they have a very competitive car, they let themselves down. They start to mess up and cost themselves wins, points, and even championships. But if he does want to stick with the team, he can help Ferrari get back on track and give Charles the car to win, and we can expect some serious fireworks on track. Well, as mentioned earlier, Charles Leclerc is a Ferrari fanboy. He grew up idolizing Michael Schumacher and the Scuderia, and it's a dream come true for him to be driving for them. But let's not forget that Ferrari is one of the most iconic and successful teams in the sport's history, and being part of that legacy is something that not many drivers get to experience. That said, moving to a team like Red Bull Mercedes is no guarantee of success either. At Red Bull, Leclerc would have to contend with Max Verstappen, who is considered one of the best and most talented drivers on the grid. Similarly, at Mercedes, he'd have to fight with George Russell, assuming that Hamilton retires. And again, like I've said in so many other videos, Mercedes do not want a Rosberg-Hamilton scenario ever again, so it wouldn't make sense to go to Mercedes. Furthermore, a move to that team would also mean stepping into the shadow of Lewis Hamilton, who's also considered one of the greatest drivers of all time, and be a difficult task to maybe match his success. So maybe Leclerc sees a greater opportunity at staying with Ferrari, helping to rebuild the team and be part of their resurgence. And like I said, if Fred Vasseur can work his magic and give Leclerc a competitive car, then he'll have a real shot at achieving his dream of the championship. It's a very difficult decision for Leclerc, and one that he'll have to weigh carefully. He has to consider his career goals, his personal preference, and the opportunities available to him, and ultimately it's his choice. But personally, I think he should just stick it out with Ferrari. Let me know what you think in the comments below.